Yeah. And I just realized, I don't know how it happened, but for some reason this one hasn't been recording. That is very unfortunate. Okay, I've started recording now, so my bad. But what you were saying that you noticed something about this player. What did you notice?
The one I just played, or
The one we just looked at, yeah.
um,
Like when you were watching, you said you noticed something. I think it was around here.
I don't remember saying that. Uh,
Okay.
but I play this guy um quite often. Um, and uh, like we kind of have like a in joke. I feel like in our like little scene about like different ways people like to see the game. And
Mm-hmm.
like playing this guy in particular is extremely frustrating for me because I feel like he almost like doesn't really play neutral, at least in like my like weird little uh definition of it. I mean, I just find it like very not uninteractive, but like it's kind of
He's just
just
pushing
like
in and doing stuff.
yeah, it's just like really, but I feel like that's kind of just a something I don't like about fighting Sheik is that like she's kind of just like this moving wall and like just throws out hitboxes and like sometimes I run into them, sometimes I don't, and I feel like
He's way
um
too comfortable walking over to you. The problem
mhm.
is that you're not putting up a wall of your own.
Yeah, which is something I think I'm uh particularly bad at in pretty much every matchup. So it like if melee was just like dash dancing and grabbing, I'd I'd be happy, but it's not. So like it's just like a weird like thing where I don't like find that particularly enjoyable. So I feel like I inherently just like don't value it in people who are good at it. So like it's
It's
like
one of
something
the
I'm trying to get better at.
it's one of the three primary attack forms though. Like
Yeah.
the wall, like the attack, like attacks in front of us are overshoots. Sorry,
Mm,
are undershoots. Like they're the first line of defense against like the opponent's tools. The problem with that you're having against this guy, like I saw it earlier, but like he walks over across the stage. Yeah, like so he just ran all the way over into the corner and then like boost grabbed. Like he ran over with his riskiest approach and just was like,
mm,
"Yo, I got this." And then like pretty soon I'm like he just tried it again. Like on that one, your grab formed like was your undershoot because you caught him for coming in. But the thing is, grab is not like grab isn't really designed for undershooting. Like it
yeah.
can work, but like we really want to be using our sword more.
Mm,
I don't know why we're not using our aerials. Like if this guy just wants to walk over and hit us, our fair, our nair, like our down air, like our like we've got three excellent like Downer's kind of a bit of a call out because like it kind of like assumes he'll crouch or like do something kind of slow like or run through us or whatever. But like Fair and Nair are insane at this, and I just don't know why we're not using them. Um, why are you afraid of using your Fair and Nair here?
so um
Like, do you not like those moves or like?
I just I just feel like
Don't talk to me. It's all good.
yeah,
Like,
no,
because
I'm thinking it through in my head because like I think I get blown up for using them, but it's not because of the move, it's because I'm using them poorly. And um this one player in our scene, he said something like years ago. I remember this, but he was kind of just he was telling a Fox player, he's like, "You're losing because you're trying to like nair me from across the stage." And I think doing that to an extent with my aerials where I'm kind of just like panicking and like putting them out when they have no like right hitting the other person.
Marth is one of the luxuries of Marth is that if the opponent is in a range where they can feasibly hit you, or like if they run over to you and like they attack, that they could theoretically hit you. It is okay to just throw your giant disjointed move around.
Okay.
Like, it's okay. So what I would say here is, let's get you a distance to work with, because I feel like this is like you don't understand the spacing thing on where it's okay. So I would say, let me find a good moment. So let's just have him die or like respawn. So this, like around here. I would say that this distance, I just want to get the pause so we have like a nice clean frame. So let's go. Sheik, finish your lagging. This is absolutely fine for you to like do aerials at. Like, this is in no way do I think like, so you see how Sheik could like theoretically walk over and hit you?
Yeah.
If you do your Nair here, and remember, you're always trying to hit with the like if you're trying to time something for coverage, it's always the Nair 2. Like the first one is just kind of like a nice to have. All of the meat of our play and all of the attention to like where we're like trying to like what part of the move we're trying to hit is all coming from the second hit. So this is the important one, not the first one. The first hit of Nair is whatever. But like this is the big one. If she's in the air, it's different. But if she's on the ground like this, then yeah, it's all about the second hit. When she's in the air, it becomes more complicated. But this guy is also mainly walking over to us. So like, think of it this way. We're trying to time the Nair so that if he were theoretically to walk over to us or run over to us, we would be able to hit him with the second hit of this move as he's reaching about here. Does that make sense? Similarly, when we do our jumping fairs, like if we jumped back and did fair instead, or if we jumped in place and did fair instead, it's the same idea. We are tipping fair on him as he's reaching about this zone. Usually we're trying to hit him about here or here. Like within about like, I don't know where fair hits exactly, but like it's within about this spacing more or less, right? Like not that far, but like maybe around here and here for stationary fair, right? Roughly, maybe a little back, but we're basically trying to hit him as he enters this zone. That's all there is to it. Like we're putting out the move preemptively. The other thing we can do is we can down tilt, because down tilt hits like this kind of spike here, here. That's fine too. But yeah, like the problem with down tilt is that, if we do it every time, it's easy for her to short hop over it. So we want to mix it in. The other thing about this whole system is after we do our down tilt, we don't always have to dash away. Going for another down tilt, going for an aerial, these are all like valid lines because they hold our ground. That's really the goal here. If all we ever do is like swing and back up, that means that after we swing, the opponent knows that there is a space from about here to here that is safe for them to enter. So that's really the problem here. It's not so much like if you want to play the bait style dash dance game that you seem to thrive on and really enjoy, we need to start swinging our sword more liberally in some of these spacings, because if the opponent has no need to respect our space, they simply won't. Which is what we see with this guy here. See? Like, if he doesn't have to worry about us putting up a wall, why would he pretend there's a wall there?
True.
So, like, that's really all there is to it here. I think, and let me ask you, does this happen in every matchup? Like, are you like this against basically every character? I could just play you and we could find out.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think versus Fox, like, I have like a more, maybe aggressive mindset. Oh, melee's so loud. Let me turn the volume down.
Sure. Do you want to play some games though?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. Let me turn my melee down to 2 because mine's super loud. And
But yeah, I think this is something that I just like.
okay.
Like I'm trying to think like.
Remind me, what's your tag? Wrinkle or?
It's just a rink.
Cool. 9 Louis
0.
227. I've not played this character in a hot minute, but let's see what happens.
Very good.
Because like the idea here is that you just want to you want to use your active defense. You want a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Good call it. See, like, you're in that zone, and then I just ran forward and hit you because I knew that there wasn't anything. Same thing there. Like, I knew there wasn't anything coming after that, so I had no worry about like just running forward and hitting you. That's really like the purpose of those like plays. I'm using crouch. See, like, I ran forward and tried to hit you, and then, like, on one of them, like, it didn't work. Try not to do double fair.
Yeah.
Sheik thrives on there being like, I call it like a turn in between like the action.
Mm-hmm.
Just overshoot dash attack again.
Yeah.
I know, it's frustrating, right? Because it's like...
Well, I think, like... The way I've, like, trained myself to, like, see the game is, like, I need something to, like, prompt an action. And, like...
I'm saying that no, you don't.
Yeah.
But why is spacing not, like, something that prompts an action?
Well, I think, like, the change in spacing is what I'm usually look for.
Yeah, you're doing a reactive strategy. What I'm saying is that we need to do a proactive one.
Yeah. I just... I guess I need to learn where I can, like, place the move and, like, not get whiff punished for doing it.
So that has more to do with how you do the move as opposed to like where you do it from. So you see how like you like covered like weighted how you, like there's still a reaction component of like undershooting. It's not just all like it's not all just like you know, just do whatever you want. Like you're still Marth. You're still supposed to like follow like what's going on my end. But like you have to be willing to like but there are certain pre-canned inputs, sort of like Sheik's forward air forward tilt, that like you need to be able to like do like down tilt into down tilt. It sounds stupid, but you would not believe how many Marths are super bad at that. See, like, and there you got me to like attack where you were because I was trying to whiff punish you instead of overshoot you, right?
Yeah.
So like it even has its like it has like a beneficial effect on the spacing games the opponent has to play against you by like diversifying it. I'm not gonna give you that one for free though. kind of nice playing the old girl. No, that I haven't like played her in a while. It's kind of fresh. I need to get short hopping down though. Wrong percent for that. Nice tamming mix up. Try not, if I go really low, just try to like grab the edge and like react to the fact that I'm going low. Don't like, yeah, you don't always have to like go off aggressively if I'm already like, there's kind of a zone. If you can't hit me with like the front of your fair, that probably means that like it's just not worth going for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the modern AMS attack to 8,000 like techniques. Don't be afraid to like shield my tilts, by the way, or like shield my dash attacks and just like work off that, because like your shield grab is huge. You are Marth after all.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea. It's just like, yeah, that was a tough follow up to hit.
Yeah.
Hope you're not nervous fighting me.
No, I'm just bad at talking and playing at the same time.
Okay, I'll shut up then.
No, you're good. I mean, it can still be like instructive if I'm not playing.
No, you know what you need to work on.
Yeah.
You just focus on trying to like keep me like. Don't put too much focus in it. Just like try to think about the spacing and what like what goes into like establishing that spacing, and then like just trust yourself to do it. Like if you notice you're not, like so like having trust in your play is like much more important. If I'm in front of you, fair is better than up air, just generally speaking for like juggles. Because fair hits more like above in front of you when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
See, that one we just like had a footsie contest and you have to lose. But like we're actually like spacing at that point. We're like competing our moves with each other. Nice. So you denied the boost grab. You're playing way more active, and I bet that has to feel good.
Yeah.
So, is this like terribly different than neutral?
I mean, it's weird because like that's the kind of thing where I'm just like I'm playing somebody and I'm like they just like ferret in like place and I like happen to run into it and it just feels like just like bad to be.
You were controlling space. They were not letting you enter their zone. Like sometimes it's not about like pushing advantage. It's about holding the advantage you have. Or like stopping the bleeding. Like attacks are crazy in this game. Like we want to use them.
Yeah.
Like look at that. That's so good. No, I messed up my follow-up. Oh, it's fine. Oh, you see, you stopped me. Like on the first one, you stopped me. So, one of the keys is if they're lunging into your space like this and trying to like pressure you out of the game. What I would say a really good practice to get into is try to convert off the walling move. Like yes, exactly. Keep hitting them. Because remember, they just committed to a big like push into your territory. They're probably holding into you. Because so like don't let those opportunities go to waste. In the same way that like I just punished your DI in because you were faring forward, like if they're pressing in with an overshoot, make them hurt for doing so if they miss. Like your goal is not to take that walling position and turn it into more walling. It's to turn it into a punish.
Yeah.
Because this is again how neutral informs punish. Because if all of a sudden that like I am getting hurt for trying to like overshoot into your zone, then like I have something to worry about later. Like if I want to try it again, because all of a sudden like I can die if I like do that. If I don't have that fear of God in me, like, I'm not going to be afraid of God. That's it. I have such a simple view of neutral. Nice, you played around the CC. Ooh, use the percents. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. Oh, you have that.
Ooh, God.
Let's play one more. Let's play one more of these. But how are you finding How are you finding these games? Helpful or?
Yeah. I'm starting to
It makes a little
kind
more
of
sense.
see what I'm looking for.
I don't normally play against people, but like with the old girl, because I don't like the whole like. It's kind of an ego thing, but it's not even ego. It's just like I just don't. It feels weird when people are like, "Oh my god, I beat KirbyKaze Sheik," and I'm like, "I haven't played this character in 6 years. Like, get out of here." But I feel like for we're at a good level where we can kind of like play against each other with this matchup with me being rusty. So it's like this is good. Like I find that this is like a good like it's good matchmaking. Like if it's good matchmaking, then I'll do it. But like if it's not, then yeah. Because I think I'm like tough, but like not free. Like it's doable, but like not free, kind of. Yeah. Like I expect that you're probably gonna win the majority if we keep playing and like you figure this out completely. But that just means that like who knows what my Ness would do. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm down to play Ness because that's a. I feel like I struggle against a lot of low tiers because I'm bad at this.
Oh, okay. I get permission to play my main? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Go for it. Because unfortunately, Philly's kind of low tier central.
Oh yeah, like Philly. That's is that like no, Abate's like Pittsburgh, right? Or
Yeah, but we have a Mario problem here.
oh,
yeah, there's,
who do you have? Who do you have?
no one that like, so like Savino is a pretty good, doctor player, and Totally Butts is a pretty good Mario player too. Yeah, it's like we're like our whole region is like hidden bosses. I feel like it's probably like some of the PR people we have like say that like this region's probably one of the hardest to get PR'd in. Just because like I don't know, like the lowest person on our PR got like I don't know, like 64th at collision.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so it's just like it's just what's it called? It's like a secret hard region. Like we don't have any like super big names. Actually, we have a couple now. But
who do you got?
it's just like Logan moved here. Slug sometimes goes to events.
Is Alice Climbers from your neck of the woods, or is she like also Pittsburgh?
No, she's Pittsburgh.
Okay, I think I
should be at the regional tomorrow.
Oh, is that Creed?
Yeah.
Yo, I have like Ben Snape going to that. I did a session with him the other day.
Cool.
It was super fun. We talked about like mentality. It was really good. If you're struggling with mentality, I strongly recommend taking a look at that one on your own time.
Yeah, we'll do.
I booted up like the main. That's scary.
All right.
Let's do this.
No, I mean this is like, well, this is how I'm supposed to beat low tiers. I feel like I feel like I'm trying to fight them like I'm Fox and like
So there's
or
like
like they're Fox and
well, there's other things to it. Like against Ness specifically, I would say that shielding is generally really good against him.
mm-hmm.
Cause like okay, so like shielding aggressively on his like fair is good. Cause like it's like a weak multi-hit move, right?
Yeah. So actually, this is like a good where like I in like a lot of these matchups, like I just feel like I don't see the point of nairing over fair. Like fair seems like
it's more about
just,
like it's more about how Nair has 2 hits that cover your up and down motion more efficiently than double fair does. So like fair forces you to like choose on a timing mix up. Nair doesn't require you to do that in the same degree. That's the big thing. Because like one of the big things that Ness and Zelda and other characters like this. So you see how I knew your fair was gonna be like kind of like because it comes in an arc. I just kind of like pushed into the space below it, right?
Yeah.
Nair covers that, you see? Like, Nair has other weaknesses. Like, I can kind of go above it, but then that's when fair becomes good. Oh, missed it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. So, regional tomorrow?
Yep.
Honestly, figuring out how to de-either throws is like a huge part of the matchup. So if you notice that you're going straight up, you're probably doing something wrong, unless they just happen to have like an insane throw.
Yeah.
So like always, like if you're going straight up from a throw, remember how you did it and do the opposite on the next one. The next time they grab you. Because like that'll like do it sounds silly, but that type of problem solving will like matter a long way against like it'll like do a lot of work against oh, 1 second, combo.
in just like mitigating.
Yeah, in mitigating damage. When I'm like focused with this guy, like because I'm still learning him, like I also have issues with focus. Have you ever fought this character before? Like, or like a good one before?
I don't know what his there's a guy who used to go to my school who had like a bit of like a following on Twitch streaming Ness. I forget what his like tag was. But I played him recently at a tournament, and I got lucky that I like warmed up against him for like an hour, and then we were seated to play round 1. So I kind of cheesed him in that sense. But yeah, that's probably the only good Ness I've ever played.
Yeah, see like how you keep me out with that now, and remember when you get the like the wall, push. A lot of a big mistake people make against low tiers is like not pushing their offense when they get like when they win the interaction.
Yeah.
So like I can come out of my combo with my good weight and try to push, but the thing is like that still requires me to do that if I like. And you can start to like pick up on me doing that and read it with like your forward smash and stuff. Nice. See, like, it's so much easier to manage this character, like, manage these characters in general when you press advantage. Like, I would be going off stage, personally.
Yeah.
So, ASAP. You act as soon as you know that the, like, it depends on the recovery, obviously. Like, on Zelda, you can't really, like, go off, like, as far.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah. It's the aggression. It's all about the aggression.
But I still feel like I've like maybe hit you with like Nair like twice out of all these games, I feel like I
mean,
still
like,
can't really put on why like I feel like fair is so much stronger.
it's more efficient, and like low tier matchups tend to come down to like it's more like efficient overall, and a lot of low tier matchups just come down to like abusing your efficiency advantage.
Yeah.
Like I have to like read basically in order for like your fair to not work, and even then you can still make the fair work by spacing it more conservatively or by just doing it early. So like you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it kind of has a natural like 50-50 built into it, so you don't need like a lot of Nair's benefit really is just that it like has a lot of upfront power. I would say that if you anti-air me, like he's kind of like a weird case because his fair is like actually competitive with your moves.
Yeah.
But in the case of like Donkey Kong or something, I think that Nair is actually really good there because it cuts like he's heavy, but his moves don't beat your Nair.
So maybe can we like use like Luigi as an example, because like
Sure.
that's a character where like I've been told by like a really good Marth player that like Nair just eats him alive, and like I see how it's like super good as like a combo tool, but like I'm not really.
Want me to go
I guess
Luigi?
like, but I guess like maybe I'm not like thinking hard enough about like that
just-
second hit, because
yeah,
I can
it's
see
all-
now
it's
after
all
how we
the
talked about the second hit.
It's all the
Okay.
second hit. Like Nair, the Nair first hit is only useful for anti-airing, basically. The second hit
But-
is where all the money is. So
But
like
I
if
think
I'm jumping,
yeah, I'm starting to see why I'm not hitting you with it right now, as opposed to fair, because I'm just only like exclusively trying to hit you in the air.
yeah, exactly. But if you hit me,
Okay.
but the thing about fair, like if I'm at 0 and you hit me with Nair, because of like Nair's higher up like power on the second hit, the first hit sets up for that and gives you like really good stuff.
Yeah. So I think
No, you've got 10 minutes.
okay, no, I'm just starting to what's it called? Realize that that relationship between Nair and fair.
Yeah, so like here, I've gone Luigi. We don't have to do a real match, but like I want you to try something. I'm gonna jump, and I want you to try to combo me off of your Nair, and I want you to then try to at 0, and then I'm gonna kill myself, and I want you to try to combo me off your like fair at 0. Okay? I want to see which one you have more success with. So like, I will just do this,
Yeah.
and then just Nair. So, like, that looked pretty good. Let's try this now with fair. Because remember, like, you can see the upfront power there, right? Like, it's pushing me. You don't have as much force, do you?
Yeah.
So, like, when I'm in the air at low percents, like, it doesn't really, like, have, like, if you hit me with Nair out of this air, if you hit me with Nair out of the air here, you can probably just kill me by, like, setting up a conversion off it. So, like, here, try it.
Oh.
So, like, it messed up
But,
the ending.
yeah, you're off stage.
Messed up the ending, but that was 100% a kill. If you get the fair there, it's probably not going to do that because you just don't have as much knockback. Like, it doesn't carry. The other thing here is, hit me with second hit of Nair, and I'll try to CC punish. No, try to hit me with fair. So even at this percent, I can still, like, CC punish you with fair.
Yeah.
But if you Nair me... So let's try this, like, try spacing Nair at 0, and I'll still do the same CC.
But yeah,
You see how it pushes me away?
yeah.
Whereas if you fair, because it's a launcher...
You get blown up for doing it.
Yeah, so, like, fair and Nair, the purpose of Nair is that it's safer. It's safer on hit. Like, Ness doesn't really spend much time in these positions, like jumping around without an active hitbox, or like a disjointed hitbox, so it doesn't make sense against him as much. But against like Luigi, heck, even against Zelda, against Donkey Kong, anyone who like goes into the air regularly without like a hitbox that contests you, if you just nair like like you now have like an edge guard to work with. Like it's just, and once he's in the air like this, then your fair dominates him. So like, but like usually nair is like a way to set that kind of thing up against him. And at low percents, you can sometimes chain them into each other to like kind of do like what falcons do with their knees and stuff. Because it's just like a high early game move, a high knockback early game move that just like chains into itself and like is very efficient on landing relative to its power. Like that's the purpose of the move. And that's part of why it's so good versus Fox too, because like the high knockback and the fact that you're hitting so close to your landing with the second hit means that you can convert into grab on his auto cancel once he like and it knocks down early. So like it also creates tech chase, whereas fair doesn't do that for a much longer time. So it's partly again, this is neutral informs punish. It's partly the threat that nair applies to the opponent, and the fact because it's safer on hit and it does more on when it's not defended against. Is that starting to make a little more sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
But and just like thinking of trying to hit that second hit, I mean, like, so like my goal is to catch him coming in.
Yeah. So here, I've gone Sheik. The rule of thumb is that if Sheik is jumping, or if Sheik or any character is jumping around like this, then you can move forward with it. But if she's on the ground like this, you are doing it in place because you're trying to like time the second hit to like get her.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a good like rule or like mantra.
Yeah, it's like a good starting point. Like obviously it'll vary. Like if Sheik is at like 140 and you just like knocked her onto the ground and she's bouncing around, then like yeah, maybe we try to like first hit nair into up tilt or something to like kill her. Like there's a lot of like nuance to the move because it's a Marth move, and therefore many things are forgivable with proper spacing. But at the end of the day, the most important, like again, the first hit is a weak hit. Weak hit, bad into ground opponent. That's just like kind of like melee 101.
Yeah.
Strong hit, like weak hit into aerial opponent, we don't care. Right? Like we just don't. So like weak hit into aerial opponent, like doesn't that look sick?
Yeah.
So like yeah, weak hit into aerial opponent, we don't care. This is part of why it's so good against Fox, because like if Fox jumps so much, like he jumps so much to do this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just get this, and then you kill him.
Yeah.
Like
Cool.
So now, does the move make? I get the impression like the move makes more sense now.
Yeah, I think I just need to combine that with like the whole like walling things like we discussed earlier, because I think for me I like having like concrete stuff to like look at and think of, like playing Fox I feel like is easy for me just because it's like very easy, like he's got to run in and then like we can play like a mix up and then
he doesn't have to run.
I don't have to do I mean like I run up and then like
yeah, but that's the thing. So like okay, so what space do you run up to? Just use that. Yeah, right? Because you like move into a space where you can threaten him with your wall. When he does that,
where, like, but if I'm telling myself to feint, this is where like I do that, and then like I feel like that just makes sense in my head.
Why is it different with other characters though?
Maybe I'm just really good at like measuring like how close I can be versus Fox, and like those matchups are they're not. It's just like I'm trying to think about why I'm like probably more comfortable with it versus Fox than like other characters.
So there was a horrible rumor spread by like me and many other Sheik players a long time ago that you like want to stay outside of Sheik's boost grab distance. You actually do not.
Okay.
You want to tease the outside of it because you want to be confident moving into it. Because here, I'm going to show you something. In our last 3 minutes, I'm going to show you something very, very cool. Something very important about this character. So hold still. Like stop where you are. I'm going to taunt, and then when I taunt at this distance, I'm going to try to boost grab you. What do you think the safest, without using your spot dodge or jump, what is the safest spot you can move to?
I feel like we're entering trick question territory, and I should run forward.
Try it. Right. Because because her boost grab doesn't hit on 0. It hits from like that dust cloud where I started. It hits like now. So there is a giant like puff of smoke that is like not being occupied. Like there's a giant block that's not being occupied by any of my hits. And this is true for all of her overshoots. Because if I run up in forward tilt, if I walk forward and like at full speed and forward tilt like this, there's still that space being being left open. So you should be confident moving through her, which means you actually want to spend your time outside of her forward tilt zone. Like her forward tilt and short up fair zone, because those are her actual footsie tools. And you can punish her for like, and it's still good to tease the outside of her boost grab by like moving away from it a little bit sometimes, but you see how easily and effortlessly you go through it? Like, and the dash attack's the same thing. Like,
kind of like very similar to Captain Falcon.
It is exactly like Captain Falcon. Except instead of Nair, it's her fair in her forward tilt.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's
actually a really good thing, though. Let me write that down.
Yeah. So, like, again, a lot of times people get the wrong idea about overshoots. They think that they have to play around it all. But the reality is that's that's deeply inefficient. If we have to play around everything, that's really bad. That's so many things to play around. Let's just play around the things that, like, we know that they're going to do that are, like, not super risky. Because those are the things they're going to go for. And then we'll just space in a way that incidentally addresses the riskier things. And then if we need to dedicate more focus into addressing those riskier things because they go for them more, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But the distribution of our movement should always be on their main tools. And then if if they demonstrate to us that it is not the case, then we will correct and adjust.
Perfect.
I feel like that's a lot of information, but will you be okay from here?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because I do have somebody at like 6:15, so I do have to go. But good luck at Creed, and like, how do you think you're gonna do? If you don't, well, actually, no, that's such a bad question to ask. How do you want to do?
So this is the first, not the first tournament I've entered since Collision, but I'm kind of going into it with like a pretty open mind. Like I feel like I like they've reseeded the bracket like a million times, so I don't even know who I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna like do too much research into like who I'm gonna play. It's just more like I'm gonna go and hang out and like try to see how I do and just kind of get like a baseline for the future.
Makes sense. Well, I'm rooting for you and Ben. I hope you two kill it. And yeah, best of luck at the event. And if you have any questions, Dayav, about mindset, about keeping cool, just hit me up. I'm around. But yeah, I'll let you go, and best of luck. You got this.
Thanks. All right, see you.